This story comes from the pages of Avengers Halloween Special. Please support the official release. The story opens in the middle of the Arctic, where we see a helicopter pass by. Its pilot being none other than this world's Tony Stark. Receiving intel that his team had made an incredible discovery within the frozen tundra, Tony arrived to the scene and could not believe his own eyes. He and his men had discovered and unfroze this world's Captain America, who was alive and well. Overjoyed that he found the legendary super soldier created by his father Howard, we see Tony had brought some hired muscle with him to make sure the good captain came back home. This muscle being Deadpool and Colossus, who were locked in an intense match of rock, paper, scissors. Not exactly taking too well to losing, Wade then smacked poor Colossus to the icy earth below. Landing near the target, Colossus looked upon the face of the captain, only to see that not all seemed right. Regardless, a job was a job, where the man suited up in his iconic metal plating and went in to apprehend the hero, where a mere seconds later, we'd see the once thought indestructible man fall to the snow dead, his metallic head split right in half after being struck with the captain's vibranium shield. Sensing that not all was right, Deadpool leapt down to investigate, where Tony warned the mercenary that this may be a trap. Alarmed by the mysterious energy readings coming off Steve, Tony thought back to his father's experiments during World War II and wondered just what he was up to. Donning a winterized power suit of his own, Stark journeyed to the battleground below to see this star-spangled man for himself. Getting distress calls from Deadpool, Tony tracked them down to a darkened warehouse lit by a single flare, where he was then met by an extremely gruesome sight. This sight being our merc with a mouth, being digested whole by a large parasitic-like organism that had emerged from Captain America's ruptured abdomen. In complete disbelief of what he was seeing, Stark looked on as Wade was swallowed by the man, who told him that he looked very much like his dad Howard, who too had created metal suits to fight him in the past, and now he would atone for the sins of his father and die just like him. Tony then told the monster to keep his father's name out of his mouth, where he then activated his repulsors, where he attempted to burn the creature alive. Telling Tony he should have left him in the ice, Steve then summoned a friend to help him in the fight, which were the infected, half-eaten limbs of Deadpool, which came crawling towards him. Honestly, these make the average Silent Hill enemy seem pretty tame by comparison. Torching the mutated body parts to ash, Tony then heard Steve's voice behind him, instructing him to catch, where he then felt the man's shield come plunging into his chest, where he was sent flying to the earth. Surprised that the man was still alive after this, Steve commended Stark on making such a powerful suit, and that his father would be proud. Tony then retorted that he built this suit to be powerful enough to keep him and the keys to the helicopter safe from the impending winter storm that was fast approaching. With both men sitting alongside a final flare, Captain America told Tony that he knew his cracked power core would soon fail, and when it did, he would tear it and the keys to the helicopter from his corpse, where Stark, with still more resolve than ever, told Cap that he would freeze to death before that happened. Steve then replied that he certainly was no stranger to being frozen. Asking Iron Man what they should do next, Stark then told the creature out of time that they should just wait here for a while and see what happens.